just waits for justice to be done. We do not sleep while shadows creep across the gate. For every soldier knows the cost of arriving too late. Our shields are polished bright to catch the morning glare. A silent promise hanging in the...
Welcome everyone to Military Grade Magic, where our Magic the Gathering skills are comparable to a truck advertisement that boasts about being military grade tough. You should know to run away. We want to make perfectly clear that with a little bit of luck and a lot of mana rigging, you too can play on any level. I do want to shout out before we get too far carried away with our topic this week that the song this week was specifically requested by Astro during our radio station episode last week. So big thank you to everyone that called in and helped us out. I had a pretty good time. That was a lot of fun. So really appreciate everyone chatting. Yeah, Astro requested a Mono White song set to the tune of some My Hero Academia, so hopefully everyone enjoys. So
curious how this is gonna go.
Fun. You haven't heard it yet? It's a good one.
Pretty good.
So it gets your heart thumping. You know what I mean?
Like going, eh?
You're ready to charge in.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you've got a song idea or color combination, let us know. Top and I have been collaborating here this weekend. We've been working on a Beastie Boys Mardu take, so I'm pretty jazzed. I think it turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that here afterwards, but obviously we want to shout our fans out first.
Always.
Top.
What's up?
You and I known each other for a little bit since our first MOB, 2019. So we were right then in the swell and the hype of things of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We were deployed when Endgame came out. I remember, for those of you that don't know, they do have theaters in the Middle East where your soldiers are, and they're free, which is great, but you gotta like stand in line, and if you don't get in, you gotta wait till the next showing or whatever. Were you into all of that? Are you on the Marvel hype train or off, or were you ever on?
I'm superhero burnt out, to be fair with you. Unless it's Batman, like
okay,
the Batman, the one with the dude who played in Twilight or whatever,
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. That was a real good Batman, but that, I don't know, maybe it's the Marvel writing that's just like, man, can we move on from this type of humor or whatnot? And I don't know. I feel like the love isn't there. Maybe I'm just being a Debbie Downer. I just feel like the love hasn't been there.
I will say, since Endgame, there's been way more strikeouts than there have been home runs. You know what I mean?
But it's the merchandising they're killing it on. You know it,
sure.
That's why they keep rolling them out, because those little kids are eating it up. Like, I went back and watched Power Rangers when it was released on Netflix. This would have been, I hadn't moved in with my now wife, then girlfriend at the time. And I'm just like, man, this stuff is so cheesy and whatnot. But when I was a kid, it was gold. So, I think they're making it for people not in my age range anymore, if that makes sense.
Sure. Well, so my rebuttal to that is there's 16 years, 17 years worth of homework for all these younger kids that have to like catch up on all these movies that came out before they were born. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know how much of it's for them versus those of us that have just like, well, I've come this far, I guess I'll watch the next movie. I don't know.
Sure. Well, they're also probably along the lines of like, they don't really care about the previous ones. There's like loud noises and spacesuits and people flying around. They're just going nuts regardless. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. That's exactly what I wanted to bring up. So this week, the week prior to this, obviously the recording of this will be the week after when it gets out. But this past week for us was CinemaCon, which is like a convention for movie theater owners. And so like all the big studios come out and they present their products to them like, hey, give us our slots. Which you would think for like Disney and stuff, they wouldn't have to do that, but I guess they just do it just because, you don't want to rub the movie theater owners the wrong way or
Sure.
whatever. They came out and they did a little spiel for Avengers Doomsday, and they said this is all set up for something else. But they said the new Avengers movie that's coming out in December takes place immediately following Endgame. I'm like, so wait, so like all of those other movies from now since 2019 till now that just forget about them. It's an interesting strategy. I'm sure nobody will be burnt by that. I feel like I've watched a lot of material
Yeah.
since then, but okay, interesting.
Huh. Alright.
Anyway, so I've been following. It's a channel called New Rockstars, and they literally like they have a guy in the room because like there's no cameras that are allowed in there, right? Because it's closed off to the public. It's just reporters and whatever reporting on like the big new, and they like project out like the next 2 years, right? Like these are the movies that we're coming out with in the next 2 years. Give us our slots for the movie theaters on these days. We promise to keep them in theaters this many days before they come to streaming. This,
Mhm.
that, and the third, right?
Yep.
So they had, and the reason I bring this up is so weird and janky to me. They were talking about there's a laser in the monitoring the crowd that's supposedly AI automated. It's looking for people. You could have your phone out, but it would like detect if you were videoing something. It would shoot a laser.
Oh.
It would shoot a laser into your camera and like pixelate everything where you couldn't see out.
Okay.
And I was just like, and they're like, one of the things they were talking about is like, like they were like willing to sell this to
Hmm.
movie theaters, like, if you're, to stop pirating or whatever, like this
Right.
is something that we're offering, which is just like, what a 1984 Orwellian thing, which, I mean, I don't think pirating movies, surely to goodness, that's not still a thing. You know what I mean? Like maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know. I'm
I mean,
a
everyone
white
has
hat.
subscriptions anyway, you know?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, well, my thing is like, like if you miss the latest Marvel movie, it's gonna be on Disney Plus in 60 days. Like,
Right.
you could probably wait, wait and watch it then. But anyway, I just thought that was so bananas. They were talking about that, and I was like, what a crazy device to invent to prevent like, the loss of $11 worth of I don't know how much money movie theaters lose on that, but I just thought that was a really interesting little tidbit, whatever.
Sure. Well,
And
movie
that's
theaters, they make a majority of their revenue off of the concession sales, don't they,
correct.
versus like the
Yeah.
actual ticket
Hmm.
sale. So I guess you
Yes.
not coming in, one, they're losing out on licensing the video because an old friend of mine, I grew up in a town of like 2,000 people, right? And we had a small little theater, and he worked there, and he would run the projectors. So
Hmm.
he was there when he would have to change like film reels. And I remember
Okay.
being in high school, we like the movie theater owner, small town, everyone knows each other. He's like, hey, if you and your friends want to go in at night, you can go watch the movies if you want. Just don't fill up the house and just clean up after yourself. So we would go into the movie theaters at like midnight, and
Yeah.
we would watch films. And then we moved over to the digital, where they would give it to you on a DVD versus film reels. And we
Okay.
also hooked up our original Xboxes up to these big projectors and played Halo, split screen Halo on movie
Nice.
theaters. Anyway, getting off topic. But
Yeah.
now it's a thumb drive, from my understanding. It's like an encrypted thumb drive where I
Probably
could
only
be,
good for so many plays or
yeah, or
something
something like
like
that.
that
Or
too.
you have to buy like you get the thumb drive, but in order to decrypt it, you have to pay for the key, which is basically the
Oh.
license
Yeah.
to for playing it or whatnot. But I think that's how it works now, versus the old
That is
film days where you would have to be there for the change of the reel or whatnot. Anyway, I'm dating myself here.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's fine. Everyone knows that we're old already. It's fine. Not as old as our rotary friend from last week's
He
episode,
was
but
there when
pretty
silent
close.
films were going on, you know what I'm saying?
The talkies is what they called them when they first switched over.
He personally
I'm
knew
told.
Charlie Chaplin. You know,
Yeah. No
I
doubt,
think
no
they went
doubt,
to
no
high
doubt.
school together.
No, but the other thing that I found very interesting that they were talking about is they were standing up there and they were the guys that were relaying the information because it wasn't open to the public, like I said.
Mhm.
They were saying that the nostalgia bubble has burst.
I can see that.
People are not paying for this anymore. So they're like, we're going the inverse. We're going to original content, which I'm all for. I think that I think people have been pretty burned out by nostalgia member
Member
berries, if you
berries,
will.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? I
I
think
do.
everyone's been pretty burned out. So I'm all about original content. But what I find interesting is they are going to these YouTubers who have a lot of these analog horror or horror YouTube channel sites, and they're or like let's play videos on YouTube, and they are hiring them to run to like be producers on these new horror movies.
Well, Markiplier
Uh
recently released one that did very,
Markiplier
very
did
well.
I Am Wrong. Yes. The one of the biggest players of Bloodborne. He's going to be a producer on the Bloodborne movie that they're doing. I guess they're releasing next year or the year
Jacksepticeye,
after.
isn't it?
Yes, I believe that is correct. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they were announcing that. And then next month even they're going to release a movie and it's completely based off a YouTube analog horror channel that's called The Backrooms.
Oh,
Which I
dude,
don't know
I
if you've ever
watched
looked.
some of those.
Yeah.
Bro, they like it's the tension. They build tension so well
I was
in
going to
those
say
YouTube
I
videos.
I do not like over the top gruesome horror. It doesn't do anything for
Right.
me. Like watch, but like edge of your seat thrillers
Hmm.
that get your heart thumping. You know what I mean? I'm all about it. So we were talking about looking for something to watch. I kind of want to do. Let's do a Backrooms deep dive. You know what I mean? Let's watch a couple episodes of the Backrooms. They're like 5 minutes, right?
Yep.
It's not a lot, and we can just talk shit about the Backrooms for our little Fallout
Well,
shelter leading up to the
yeah,
movie.
I'm down for that. It's like the old analog audio, like the
Mm-hmm. Yep.
handheld recorders versus your phone, and it's like that
Yeah.
pseudo grainy, like late or like early 2000s audio, and
Yeah.
it just maybe it's hit my member berries, but it feels more surreal than these high def like pixel perfect video images. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No,
But
I think,
yes,
and it's a really easy, you don't have to pay anything, subscribe anything to watch it. It's on YouTube.
yep,
So,
I'm down for
yeah,
that.
if, we'll do a couple, we'll link the episodes and stuff like that out ahead of time so people can be along with us for the ride. But yeah, I think that would be like a fun little thing for us to do for our Fallout shelter while
Hmm.
we, yeah, cool.
They've
We're all
announced
on the
season
same
three,
page.
right? I'm not crazy.
For Fallout?
Yeah,
They announced season 3 before season 2 came out. They were pretty confident season 2 was going to do just fine, and I
I'm
think they did.
I'm,
Now,
I'm
I
happy
would
for 'em.
say so going off of other shows like The Boys and stuff like
Mhm.
that, like I believe Amazon Sweet Spot's around 5 seasons. I don't know. I don't know if they can do 5 seasons
You don't
unless
think?
season 3 still talking about Fallout.
Oh yeah.
If season 3 opens up like an overarching story that's worth 2 more seasons after it, cool. But just the way we left off at the end of season 2, I'm kind of like, I'm okay if you wrap this story up next season.
You
I'm
know,
enjoying it.
mhm,
I just don't want you to run it in the ground. You know what I mean?
they almost could have done multiple seasons, but each season is a different character, right? Like you could have
I
had your
agree.
Brotherhood,
Yeah.
and then you could have had like and follow that all the way through. You could have your Ghoul. Like his is the most compelling story to me.
Sure.
He could have been a
I think
season all up on its own.
I think you could have done that and it being like, but you're seeing it from the other side's
Hmm.
perspective almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Almost like you were doing another playthrough
Hmm.
and you're running through a different faction.
Yeah.
It would have been fun.
I just don't want it to be where they just drag this along, where it's like, okay, now he gets to the next place. Well, there's another letter with another cryptic
Hmm.
message saying they're somewhere else, and he's just following this
Yeah.
like Hansel and Gretel breadcrumb trail. It's like, okay,
Right.
I feel like what they did, I'm good with it one time. On the big reveal, they're supposed to be there and they're not. Shocker. I honestly wasn't shocked. I would have been,
I knew they weren't. There was no way they were. Yeah, I would have been more shocked if they were actually in there.
well,
Yeah.
there and like deceased, right?
Yeah,
That would
sure.
have been, I don't know if that would have sat well with me anyway, because I want good for my boy. Like, I'm rooting for the
Sure.
ghoul.
He's
Uh,
had 200 years of torture. Give him a fucking break. You
I
know what I mean?
know. But I feel like the one time of the princess is in the other castle kind of a bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, do that one time, take us somewhere like we're going to Colorado, boys. I am more hyped. We're going to somewhere where there is no established lore.
That's what I'm saying.
So that is what I am hyped for on this. I just hope they just they keep it grounded, right, in everything Fallout. They don't try to like overdo it.
Well, I
But
mean, they got aliens and
let's make
stuff,
this
so I mean,
Bowser's Castle here. All right, we're going to
yeah,
Bowser's Castle. Let's rescue the princess, and then let's move on to something else. That's my 2 cents on it. But hey,
I
that
agree.
that money train, go burr. You know what I'm saying?
Even if they did like, okay, they end Fallout Season 3 and then they pick up a new, if they do a Fallout Season 4 and it's a bunch of new characters from a completely different part of the
Mhm.
world, right? Like maybe it's in Canada and we see remnants of people who were more like the current overseer of Vault 30, 33, 32, whichever it is. Um I would be, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
completely divorced from the first 3 seasons. Just I find that universe so interesting. You don't have to, you know what I mean? We don't have to stay laser focused on the same 3 characters.
Right.
Especially when one of them, just keeps making the worst decisions. Um and and as I feel the exact same way about, I don't know if you've ever watched or played the Last of Us games or series.
Um, I haven't owned a PlayStation since PlayStation 2, so I haven't played it. No.
You can watch the show on HBO and it's literally, except for one minor, I'd say minor part that they expound on in the show for filling up time. It's very pretty much beat for beat the exact same as the game. It is
Okay.
one of the most beautiful story based video games I've ever played. Like where it's like the story is compelling and gripping, and I just want to follow it all the way through. And there's
Mhm.
zombies, which I'm fucking down for.
Well, are they zombies or
The
are they fungal infected?
They're, you know what, they are fungal infected, but if you're gonna get in the weeds on that, you know what I mean. Like the battle's already lost on you. They're basically zombies. They act like zombies. Um, but anyway, if Last of Us season 3, which should conclude the story of Last of Us 2, the game, you could completely divorce yourself, set it in South America or whatever. It doesn't matter where you want to set it. But the world is so, I find human civilization has collapsed 20 years ago, and there's no hope of saving us. It's just survive the best you can. And the people are just as bad as the zombies. I just find that such a compelling, and I think that's why I liked um The Walking Dead when it first was coming out. Like I found, like, I was like, oh, I really enjoy this. But like they got in a rut and very like, oh, we do the same thing every season. If they kept up the same tempo as the games. Like it's all this like you get to like in the second game, like you get to explore an aquarium. You know what I mean? That's completely like been gutted and turned into a gunner's hideout. Like you know what I mean? Like it's just such an interesting. I don't know. Everything about that universe is so interesting. Like you don't have to stay at. I would just love to explore the entire world of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying with that. So you can explore all of it. But anyway, so that's my 2 cents on all of that.
Okay.
Um,
Kind of going off on, we're talking
we're
about
nowhere
these.
near the topic. So yeah, you just keep
Well,
going, buddy.
well, I mean, this kind of goes right into the topic, right? In my opinion, we're talking about these movie IPs that we have done universes beyond, right? Fallout.
Okay.
They did one for The Last of Us, Little Secret Lair.
Yeah, the secret layer, yeah.
So our topic is talking about playing the game versus collecting, investing in the game, right?
Yes,
So
absolutely.
I'm on TCG Player right now. We were on the topic of Fallout, and I have the Fallout Commander deck set up. When did season 2 release for Fallout? Do you recall?
Season 2 released in, was it November? It was December. It was December. It was right before
Okay.
Christmas.
So, correlating with that, in December 15th, you can get a complete Fallout deck set with all the commanders between 139 and 169. If you had a guess,
Okay.
where are they now?
Say 250 to 300.
291 right now is the
Ooh.
median selling price. And if you pull it up
Hey.
and you zoom out a year or even 6 months, 6 months will work too. When that Fallout season released, that is when
Yeah.
it went up 91% in price when from December to today. And that jump corresponds to the season release of Fallout.
What you're saying is wait for the dip, buy them back in time for season
Well,
3,
they're
and
not
then flip
printing
them.
them anymore. So
You know, well,
I'm not giving anyone any financial advice.
you heard it from top here
Yeah,
first.
I can't guarantee. I'm not a financial advisor. This is my disclaimer.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
I think I have to legally say that. I don't
Yeah, so
know.
we don't get caught up.
Like
Yeah.
because the popularity bumps in correlation to a new season release, like it's the new hype. You know, it
Sure.
brought, like, I would imagine these Fallout Commander deck sets brought in people who've never played the game but were Fallout fans. That's one great thing about these universes beyond, outside of people saying it is diluting the Magic universe or whatnot. I'm like, it's bringing people in that wouldn't have been here otherwise. And
Yeah,
that
I
gives us
think
more
Final
people to
Fan
play. I think it helps out your local game stores more. You find more games. It's better for the ecosystem of the secondary market, whether you like it or not. That's what keeps your game stores afloat. So I'm just
No, that's what
saying,
they said about the Final Fantasy universes beyond. I think they said it almost doubled the player base on
I can see
average
that.
at local games. Just because I mean the Final Fantasy game series, they tried to have a trading card game a couple of times, if I'm not mistaken,
I
and they
think
just
so
never
too.
really took off. So and the art was beautiful. They were all on theme. Like the only other set that I think comes anywhere close to Final Fantasy as far as like capturing the essence is the original Lord of the Rings set.
For a full set, I
And
would agree. Yeah.
as far as like really just like this is what we wanted and you delivered it and then some, and it we love you for it, Wizards. And then you have some poo-poo stuff like the Secret Lair Fallout set, and I was like, I don't know what you were thinking with these.
I wish they
It
would have
could have.
done a play booster with the Fallout. Like, it could have been a small, maybe 150 card pool, I think it would have been fun. I don't know. Maybe there's not enough there. Kind of like Assassin's Creed, right? There's really not enough there.
Yeah,
They did a real small set, didn't really do too well. If they just would have done maybe the Commander decks is the way for those smaller niche things
let's
versus
do a
Lord of the
commander
Rings.
deck.
Like, bro, Lord of the Rings is gigantic. I mean, it's high fantasy at its best,
That's
right?
peak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And then
we're
Final Fantasy has what, 50 games you can pull stuff from?
you're not entirely right. There's 16 core games and there's a bunch of side games. Yeah. So and each of those games is 40 hours with hundreds of characters, so it's very easy to pull. I'd say they pulled the biggest chunk of them, but like I'd be a fool to say they got all of them.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Okay.
yeah.
So
So
I think this is a snippet on Universes Beyond. It's a great tool
okay,
to leverage to bring new people into the ecosystem of Magic the Gathering. I really like it. That's
yeah.
my 2 cents.
There is. I have a rebuttal for you though.
Sure.
And this is gonna go into a little bit of our topic though. The success of Final Fantasy and Lord of the Rings specifically has brought in sharks into our waters, which is the scalpers, and I'm not okay with that. You guys can stay over there in Pokemon Land. You're listening to this, and I will touch more on this later. But if your entire intent is to buy trading cards for the intent of immediately flipping them for double, triple, quadruple the price, fuck you. And all that that is not a business model. You know what I mean?
Well,
That's not cool.
I want you to look on. Okay, you say that side. I'm gonna say the other side of it when you're done. If you're a rep,
That's
when you're
fine.
wrapped up.
No, I mean that's mostly my side of it. I just, I know. So with this latest Strixhaven set that just came out, I've was talking to a couple people, and they were, I want, they have all of the Elder Dragons. They have like on a shelf. They have them graded and sealed, and they want the Surge foil for all the Elder Dragons from this new set. So they're scrambling, trying to get them because they know, once they get pulled, right? Like if they're all gone, they're all, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Only get harder to find. Trying to get collector boosters, trying to do this, that, and the third. Understand. This is your hobby. That's what you want to do. It can be, if you're a player in the game, it can be very confusing to be like, I don't know why you're paying this much money to put it in a case on your shelf. But I'm also looking around my office and I have a $300 lightsaber. So I am not here to judge you. You do whatever you want to do for your hobbies. But that's mostly it. I just think if this is and I know you have your investment side of it, right? Where you've bought boosters and they're in your closet and you're waiting for whatever, right? I don't see that as taking advantage of somebody. That is yours. You purchased that. But to like the secret layer people who use bots and buy up all this stuff, right?
The
And
guy at
then
Walmart who
flip it
sits
on
next to the
eBay.
shelf and then scoops it all into his
Yeah.
cart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not cool with that. I'm not. That doesn't fit well with me. But that's just me. So I'll turn the floor over to you. I'll listen to your.
All right. So I'm gonna go with the bit of people buying up everything, opening it up to push it on the secondary market. Those people, in my opinion, are needed if stores aren't going to do mass box openings. When I'm talking about a mass box opening, I'm talking anywhere from like 200 to 400 booster boxes. Because what do we need to play the game? Obviously, the cards. So for you to go and buy that card and buy it at I'm not going to say fair price, but a reasonable price, you're going to need more of that card on the market. So the only way that's going to happen is if people are cracking and ripping packs. So
This is true.
So if you're in it for like standard, you're in it for modern, and you're wanting to actually buy the legit cards, you want these whales to come in, buy up all the sealed boxes, crack it right there in the store, and sell it right back, hoping that they hit the big chase card right, like the 101 ring or your serialized card. I'm going to specifically talk about like play boosters versus collectors. Collectors are they're a collector item. I really wish that the average person would stop getting all heebie-jeebied about collector boosters and whatnot. Like they're meant for these people to, you know, speculate on and collect and hoard. Like the play boosters, that
Sure.
is the thing that's going to, in the long term, keep your game store open. In my assessment, I have nothing really to
Oh
go
yeah.
on that with, but it's the standard print of a card, the non-foil, the basic border, the thing that my basic border non-foil card plays the exact same and does the exact same thing as this Surge Mystical Archive Secret Guest Secret Lair 101 serialized autographed by Donald Trump card. You know what I'm saying? It does the exact same thing. I
Wow.
paid $2.50. You paid, you know, $2,500 for yours. But yet my land still taps for 1 mana. Your land still taps for 1 mana. It's kind of
True.
what I'm getting at, right? So let
Yeah,
the
I hear
collectors
you.
do their thing. But we need mass box openings of play boosters to get the singles you want on the market at a reasonable price. Because if no one bought these and they just sat closed up on the shelves, you know, a normal card that would be just like a bulk rare is now selling, you know, maybe 10, 15, $20, where if you're doing these
Sure.
mass box openings, it would drive it down.
I just
So
feel like
go ahead.
there's enough players that go to these pre-release events that
Mm-hmm.
buy a booster box, that buy a box of play boosters, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then are trading back to the game
Yeah.
stores. I just feel like there's enough of that flow of the economy
Uh-huh.
naturally
Yeah.
without, and I hear you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where like the value will go up, you know, if not enough people are buying, right?
Right.
But
Supply and demand.
I've never I'm sorry?
Sorry, I shut the door. Supply and demand.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never what am I trying to say? There are more cases where people are walking into LGS and be like, "Oh, hey, I want to do the pre-release event," or "Oh, hey, can I get it? Do you have any more booster boxes?" And they're like, "Oh no, someone came in and got 15 of them."
Really?
In my experience, yes. And again, no shade. Like, we took part in Moose's Whatnot channel last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
He obviously got a shit ton of play boosters, but he was ripping them, and we were doing the games and stuff last night, immediately putting them back on the economy and not.
Mm-hmm.
So sounds like we're glazing, as the kids say. The Enchanted Rose channel.
It
I
was a
think
lot of fun. I recommend it.
it was a lot of fun, but I think it was 8 slots, $8 a piece to get in on it, right? Something
Mm-hmm.
like that. So a booster box, or not a play booster box, but a tin or whatever, the
Mm-hmm.
$80 tin, right? For whatever. He was basically breaking even on that to do that game that we
Mm-hmm.
were all doing. In my opinion, and maybe he got him on discount for buying a bunch of them. I doubt it, but maybe. From what I'm seeing outside looking in, it wasn't like he was you know what I mean? He wasn't charging us $20 to play
Mm-hmm.
to get one color from a booster box set. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Which I wish you all had been there. I'm gonna put the link in his channel again. I wish you all had been there. Top made the mistake of texting me and telling me that he was drinking while we were playing. And so I was just in the comments going, "Top, you should bid on that. Top, you should bid on
Well, I wanted to do one more because it was so much fun doing that one, and I ended up clicking and something went wrong, and he's like, "Well, I'm just like, just give it to some random guy because it was just watching those packs open because it was like it is addictive. It's almost like a slot machine for real, and I
Oh,
can
for
see why
sure.
people
It's
get
a
addicted
pachinko
to it.
machine. Yeah.
Because I'm just like, no whammies. You and I were like, no whammies, and like if like a big hit, everyone was like, yeah. Like it was just a fun
Even if it
community
didn't go to
thing, you
you,
know?
yeah, even if it didn't go to you,
Yeah,
they like cracked and there was a stock up, and we were all
yeah,
like, which is a $4 card. It's
sure,
not like the end of the world, but it was just like, hell yeah, you got a
yeah.
stock up. That's awesome. You know what I mean? It
hmm
didn't go to either of us. It was just cool.
It was a lot of fun.
Um,
Um,
no, so Top bailed, which again, no shame. It was like 2 hours past or whatever since we'd started. I was really tired, and I was just like, man, he's got that cyclonic rift. I want to see if how much it's going to start for. I want to bid on this cyclonic rift.
hmm
And he waved it in front of the camera, and I'm like half paying attention, half watching a movie at my in-laws' house. I see the cyclonic rift. I'm like, oh shit. I see the $8, and I was like, oh fuck, here we
No way. He
go.
did $8.
Well, okay, let me finish the story. So I bid on it. Well, it was for a slot on the thing.
Oh,
I was like, fuck. I was like, okay. I was like, you know what? Whatever. So I get the multicolor, which, in my opinion, on Strixhaven, that's the best. That and Missile Archives is as good as it's going to get on um, the random pools for the game that we were playing. I was like, you know what? Whatever. I'm not gonna fight it. Fate determined that I was gonna play this or whatever. So I like watching the movie. He finally starts doing the pools, and very last pack, he pulled the Simic Elder Dragon. I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's go!" On an accident, we got a Elder
very
Dragon.
nice.
Pretty stoked. I am. I tried calling you out in the chat though. We started. Top and I got in a bidding war for my pick on the reanimate on a stick creature from episode 19. Top and I was just like, you son of a bitch, and it blocked me because it said I couldn't swear in the chat, so that wasn't cool. But anyway, yeah, it was a good time. I had a lot of fun.
So, okay, what happened to the Psych Rift?
Well, that was the thing. I never saw it come up.
Oh,
And then it was like almost 10 o'clock on the East Coast. I was like, brother, I gotta go to
yeah.
bed. Like,
I was
way past time.
I was feeling good. I wasn't like, I was buzzed pretty good. And that last one, I'm just like, I don't think anyone else is going to pay these slots. So I would hit it. I would hit it again. And then I saw that one. There was another one who didn't. I think you did one, right?
I got the last one. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's something went wrong to where I bought a slot, but it didn't say I did. And I'm just like, just give it to some random guy. So he drew numbers, and some random guy did it. And I think he's the one who got that $4 card or whatever.
Stock up, yeah.
Yeah. I was wanting the red and blue slots because I wanted the Wheel of Fortune and the Time Spiral card. Like that's what I was rooting for.
I gotcha.
I got the lightning bolt one.
That one's pretty good. I want that in my cantrip deck for sure.
For
Sure.
So to kind of go back a little bit, I like it when the booster, like, I don't go to my LGS near enough. I will state that I've never been to a pre-release, so I don't have any data to say I'm seeing people buy boosters, opening them in the store, and selling them back. Because I've never, probably the 7-8 times I've been to my local game store we do Commanders on Saturdays and Sundays. I'll stop in for a game every now and then. I've never seen anyone do it. Maybe other stores are doing it otherwise, but what I don't like is, especially with like Pokemon, like, brother, that's like super, like, to me, Pokemon is more of a kid's game than Magic. Magic, I feel like has more utility as a game itself, so it draws a broader range versus, cute artsy cards.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm dumbing it down way too simply, But it's just like,
When I
brother,
so
you're a 40-year-old man
yeah,
sweating standing there, and you're standing next to the Walmart restock thing for you just to swipe your arm and put them all in your grocery
yeah,
cart when little Timmy over here, who saved up for 2 weeks allowance to buy a couple packs, can't even buy a couple packs now. That's where I'm getting
right.
rubbed wrong.
So my nephew, so where I grew up, very small town, no local game stores or anything like that. My nephew, he collects them for like the sole purpose of putting them in his binder and he like showing them off to his friends. That's all he does with the game. He doesn't know how to play. He doesn't want to learn how to play, which is totally cool. I get it. For his birthday last year, because he knows that I live next to a local game store and I go there way more than I should. Not his birthday, Christmas. He wanted some very specific. He's like, I don't have these Pokemon. I want these cards. I was like, yeah, absolutely. They were like a nickel because they were worthless, but they were the cards that he wanted. And the local game store guy was like, why would anybody want those cards? And I was like, he just likes these Pokemon. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what to tell you. Uh, Things like that, right? Where like, and the guy even told me at the local game store, he's like, when it comes to Pokemon, this glass display case is what we have in singles, and then we have the sealed product, and then we have a cardboard box in the back that we dump everything else in. So I went and rummaged through a cardboard box, fished out like 25 cards, and he's like, yeah, $2 and you can have them all. And I was like, oh, nice.
So
The Pokemon market is bananas to me. It does not make any sense. I feel like they should have been paying me to sort through their stuff, but that's, I
yeah,
digress.
I don't know. To
Um,
me,
Quick,
to me, Pokemon comes across as a big Ponzi scheme. Like this person selling to
mm,
that person, selling to this person just to drive up the
sure.
price. You know,
Hmm.
because I don't know. I never see anyone in the game store play Pokemon.
Agreed.
The schedule of events on the local game store, they have these awesome burnt wood plaques with what days have what. It's so cool. There's One Piece. There is Flesh and Blood. I think there's a Yu-Gi-Oh day of the week. But I do not see. I don't think there's a single Pokemon plaque up there for a day of the week that is the day dedicated to that game. Because I don't think there's
Right.
the play market for it. Because
I agree.
it's just people buying up stock. Oh man, I wish I had the YouTube video. This guy was going through all these One Piece boxes, would open up the pack, have the backs of the cards facing you, flip over the last two cards. I guess maybe like the last cards. Anyway, he had it to where all he would do is flip it and get to the rare or the hit slot. And
Pitch
if it wasn't
correct.
it, he would just throw it away. He would just throw it to the
Yeah.
side. And like the
Yep.
YouTube comments were like, "These are the people that disgust me."
Yeah. You're not even doing it for the game. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Um, Now I will say in the last, it's probably been since our second MOB, the One Piece card game, I think came out and has exploded since then,
Mm-hmm.
which, good on them for getting an anime one off the ground. But the rate at which because they're coming out with a new set like almost at the same speed, if not faster than Magic, which is granted if they got thousands of episodes, right? But like that is not a sustainable rate for pumping out new cards, in my opinion. I just don't see how that's gonna hold up.
I will say I've looked. I sent you that video today of
Yes.
Papa Me opening up stuff on Meaty Magic, the One Piece. I'm like, how can anyone read those cards? Like, there's just too much going on in those cards. You know, maybe it's my old eyes.
Yeah, you've definitely got old eyes.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, that's the one thing I love about Magic. On the base version, it's just half of it is dedicated to a nice text box for me to read. It's very nice.
Sorry, not trying to completely detract. You were looking for the time spiral card?
Yeah. Hmm. That's what that and the Wheel of Fortune one that has it on the prepared side, right? There's a
So
time spiral one.
the lightning bolt guy that you pulled is $16, by the way. I just looked it
For a
up.
base version?
Mm-hmm. He's good. He's really good.
But you have to. So he
Um,
would go good in your cantrip because you do 3 spells like
I just,
super
I
easy.
just, I just want to, yeah, drop a bunch of cheap ass spells. Yes. No, he's perfect in that deck. And I got a graduation day, and during when we were playing the game, so I'll bring that to you during drill
Okay.
for your boy. I'm just not seeing Time Spiral on here. I'm sorting
Time
for.
spiral is not what it's called. Time
I thought
spiral.
Time Spiral.
Time spiral is like the Wheel of Fortune thing. It's the old reserve list card that they printed on the prepared side.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going for like $29.99 on Card Kingdom. Let me pull up the thingy and do this thingy.
And we're
there it is right
looking.
there. Etimus or Emeritus of Ideation. Ancestral Recall. Oh my gosh. Ancestral Recall, not Time Spiral. Oh my god.
I was sitting there, I was just like, there's nothing with
My bad.
Time Spiral.
My bad.
Okay. Yeah.
Ancestral
And
Recall is
Emeritus
the one I
Rising.
was after.
Yeah. Okay, that makes okay. See, we're on the same page now.
Yep.
All right, now I understand. I'm looking through all the blue cards. I'm like, I'm not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it. I did get the green Paradigm card as well. But the whole time I was like Paradigm because of Moose.
I did the dot ha 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 dot when he said that. I'm like, those who know. If you would have listened into the last episode of the podcast.
Yeah. We could have helped you out. You could have also been on a good time. Anyway, yeah. So obviously, all these colliding forces trying to get their hands on the cards. I do think, from what I've seen on the scalper front, though, they all got burned really bad on Spider-Man. Because they can't flip that product apparently. So
your boy has
good.
heavy bags in Spider-Man.
You do?
I have 5 boxes.
Oh man, I'm smelling.
And I'm thinking about buying more.
Yeah,
dude, they're $114 on Amazon. Free shipping. If you use your Amazon card, you get 5% back.
Okay.
So free shipping, 5% off. You're down to $109 a box. Even just for draft, you're not going to get another set. That's $109. Just if you want to buy it to do a draft night with your friends. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And in my opinion, the name Spider-Man carries weight. Magic the Gathering carries weight. It's the same thing of Commander Legends Baldur's Gate, right? It got destroyed when it came out. Have you taken a look at what Baldur's Gate boxes are going for now?
I have not.
Brother, let's take a look at TCG Player.
Wasn't there a guy that we were listening to that's got the Baldur's Gate boxes all around in his little?
Maybe.
Or is that a different set? Or is that Eldraine?
I honestly don't
know. Who was the guy that we were listening to, and he was talking about the market crash of Spider-Man, and he had like a wall-to-wall little storage unit.
Alpha Investments.
Yeah,
that's the guy I watch. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Isn't he? Was it? I would have swore that was Baldur's Gate that he was sitting on.
Yeah. No one wanted it.
Looks like a set of play boosters is going for about $300 right now.
That I bought my box of Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate. Let's see here. Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate. $82 is when I bought that box. It is $300. $300 a box right now on TCG Player.
What's it got to get up to before you flip it top?
I have a 10-year plan unless it hits 1,000.
Oh.
Yeah. If it hits a grand, brother, your boy's selling. But until then, just let it ride. It ain't going anywhere. And like I've told you from the rip, let's say the market goes to 0. Brother, I will call all my friends being like,
And
hey,
one lucky military grade
yeah, you
magic
name it,
follower.
and be
Yeah.
like,
You gotta
$100
get
Annie
in on
ins.
early.
You pay $100, pay for your own flight and everything. But we're going
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
do like a week long. I'm bringing all of my Magic product, baby. We're gonna open it all. We're gonna draft it all. Oh man, it would be a fun time. $100
You
like Annie in. You get to keep any big hits you want. I don't know, something like
yeah.
that.
I think what you're describing right now feels like if I'd gotten caught with cigarettes when I was a kid, my dad made me smoke. That's the way I feel. You're gonna open all these packs, kid.
You're gonna smoke every single one of them.
I don't want to play anymore, Dad. I want to
I don't
go
want to smoke, and
outside.
you're gonna smoke every one of them. Oh man.
Anyway, I haven't smoked cigarettes since.
But yeah, so Boulder's Gate, everyone thought that was trash, right? Look at it now.
Yeah.
100, like I said, use your Amazon, like if you have an Amazon credit card, you get 5% off of your Amazon store purchases, cash back on your, granted, it's cash back into your Amazon account, but I have done that and then use that towards my next purchases. So you're still saving that money because it's applying to future purchases, free shipping. To me, it's a no-brainer.
We are not telling you again what to do with your money.
I'm
But
just saying, look at Boulder's Gate. Just saying, look at Boulder's Gate. So
what I'm hearing is talk me how to get rich.
brother, if I knew how to get rich, I wouldn't be here right now.
What? This isn't what you want to be doing? That's crazy.
So, yeah, that's really kind of where I'm at. The secondary market needs people to crack and rip packs en masse, rather it be the store, rather it be, Mr. Big Money Bags, to put that into the market for your average player to go and get reasonably priced game pieces, if you will, but reasonably priced cards to actually play the game.
And again, if you are one of these average Joe players, if you wait a month, the Strixhaven market's gonna crash, right?
Well,
Because of these secondhand people, and granted, you're gonna have your Emeritus of Woes or whatever, right, that are gonna be up there. But the majority of these cards that are running $5, $10, $15 right now are probably gonna decrease by half, like what we've shown with Avatar and Edge of Eternities and every other set we've talked about since we started doing this pod, right? I'm saying this to say, because we love you, please, if money's tight, just wait 30 days and you can buy your cards from, like you're saying, these secondhand people. Even what am I trying to say? Like, unless there's just a card, or and again, ripping packs with Enchanted Rose last night was super fun. I think I spent like $50 on his store, which we're supporting a friend and a fan of the channel, so I have absolutely no problem doing that. Love supporting our fellow brothers in arms, but also, like, it was a lot of fun, and I'm not doing that every weekend. My wife would kill me, and reasonably so.
That was my first time ever
Yeah.
being on Whatnot, so it's like, you know what? Let's have a little drink. Let's have a little fun. It was a blast all around.
Sure. But
Sorry,
I say
Moose,
that
I'm not
to
going to
say,
drop bags every Whatnot episode.
yeah, we're not loaded like that. That was fun. If he was running that again next weekend, it would be like I might pop on to say, hey, love the channel, whatever. But like I don't got it this week. I might pop in to see what the Cyclonic Riff is running for, but that's gonna be it. I really thought I was bidding on an $8 Cyclonic Rift, and I thought Moose had lost his mind.
How do
but
you
yeah,
feel how they're doing the secret layers now? What are your thoughts on that?
in what way?
Like the whole I haven't participated in a secret layer in so long, because the one time when they did like this whole you had to wait for hours just to get a chance to get in, kind of a bit. Is it still
Yeah, it
like
was like
that?
2 hours. Yeah, I mean, I haven't the only one I've ever done is Jaws,
Okay.
and I was on a, emotional roller coaster waiting to see if I got the card, so I don't know if I'm ready, and there hasn't really been a set that I was just like, "Oh, I wanna do that
Okay.
again," so I haven't done it since. I've heard tale that they're going to upgrade it, but we'll see. Not hold my breath. And
To
I think
me,
that's the real
yeah.
like the Jaws card, right? Again, there's no other card in Magic the Gathering that has that ability
Mm-hmm.
that Jaws has,
Yep.
which makes him super unique and super cool. But unfortunately, that also means scalpers that is like a prime target for them. And if you look on TCG Player right now,
Mm-hmm.
I bought that whole little pack of Jaws cards for $50.
What's it going for now?
You- The one card, just Jaws, is $160, $180.
Jeez. I bet them chum
That's
tokens or blood tokens are going for like $5 a pop.
probably, yeah. And then the Abrade and all those other cards. Yeah, I mean, if that was what I wanted to do, and I was like I was in this to flip and make money, like that'd be one. But
Mm-hmm.
like, man, I just want to play the game. I just really enjoy playing Magic with the boys.
Yep.
I don't need to do anything else, and that's just me. So, but anyway, that's my personal thoughts on it. We just want to we all just want to enjoy our hobbies, I think,
Mm-hmm.
is just my personal thoughts on it. So let's not get in each other's way for that.
Get down for that. I wish what they would
Right.
do is they would have this, all right, buy it now and you can get your card now, right? Like that we printed
Oh, you're talking about Secret
10,000 of them
Layers.
for Secret Lair still. Because I feel like there's a better way of doing this. We're
There has
2026.
to
We
be a
we
better
literally
way.
sent someone to the moon and back. We have the technology at this point. Wizards, Hasbro,
Well,
whoever's making these decisions.
if you're ready to go to the moon, maybe we should talk to our sponsors this
What's
week.
up?
Grenade Energy is back with its new spring flavors, Top. And if you thought you were caffeinated before, just get ready for a whole new level. Spring flavors include grape cluster bomb, black napalm, and pink mist. Now, each of these is great in their own right, but pink mist is really interesting. It's not even a drink, it's an inhalant, a caffeinated inhalant to help perk you up for your day. Still prefer the original flavors? We still got you. They didn't go anywhere. Now they can push you even further beyond because the engineers back at Grenade Energy have found a way to concentrate an additional 100 milligrams of caffeine in there for a total of 1,100 milligrams of caffeine in our Grenade Energy Plus model products in all of the flavors that we're currently running. 1,100 milligrams of caffeine in a 16-ounce drink. They said it couldn't be done. They found a way. So get ready to spring back into things with Grenade Energy and pull the pin on your day.
It's a few cups of coffee there. 1,100. Our soldier who loves
I think that's
caffeine, they
three.
may actually feel something from that.
Maybe make you feel something. Um,
That's what the
I
slogan should be.
think that's
Grenade Energy Super. Make you feel something.
yeah. That'll be the summer one. You want to feel something again.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh
For sure,
man.
man.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, I can get down with that. I can get down with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was going through Pink Mist. It's our big seller.
Hmm.
I did want to touch on a couple of things because a couple of new cards dropped after our episode 19.
Okay.
Erode. Did you see that card? It's Path to Exile. It's like a Path to Exile's younger, dumber brother.
I haven't.
So Erode, it's 1 planes and destroy target creature or planeswalker. Its controller may search its library for a basic land card, put on the battlefield, tapped and shuffled. So it doesn't have exile, but it is a 1 mana white removal for creatures or planeswalkers.
Oh, okay, yeah. I have. Okay, I lied. I have seen this.
Okay.
Uh, you said it's destroy instead of exile.
Correct.
It's okay. Another cheap removal spell. I think I actually got this from Enchanted
Nice.
Rose last night. I think. Could be wrong.
This one, if I had seen this card instead of my third round, was it third round? Second round? Whichever round pick it was, for my all black removal spell from our draft, I would have done this one instead. Vicious Rivalry. It's Golgari. It's 4 mana. At an additional cost to cast the spell, pay X life. Destroy all artifacts or creatures with mana value X or less.
Vicious Rivalry. Let's take a look.
Vicious Rivalry.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's like what's it
It's
called?
Toxic Deluge,
Yes.
but instead of it doesn't do the -X, but instead of going for toughness, you're basically going after their mana value.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's definitely certain decks where that is going to be preferable over. I don't know, and it gets artifacts too. I like
It's gonna be better
you pay 2
than.
life into that.
Is this better than the red overload spell?
Vandal Blast.
Vandal Blast. Is this better than Vandal Blast?
It's cheaper in Vandal Blast, isn't it?
I think it's better than Vandal Blast. Well, I'm pulling up Vandal Blast now. Vandal Blast is you
Vandal
can
Blast
do 1
6.
mountain to destroy 1 artifact you don't control.
Oh no, it's 5.
Or you may cast this spell for its overload cost, 4 generic and 1 mountain. If you do, replace the text of target with each that you don't control.
I think so. This Vandal Blast is 1 more mana to destroy all targets. And so this is cheaper CMC wise, and it gets creatures too. I think this is a no-brainer. I think Vicious Rivalry is way better than Vandal Blast.
The one
my
thing
opinion.
Vandal Blast has going for it, it's stuff you don't control, so your stuff is left alone.
No, no. Oh yeah, yes.
So it's the Cyclonic Rift for red. I imagine it came from the same set.
Yeah.
Right. What did Black? How does Black not have one of these, or do they?
They have.
I've never seen the Black one be
in
played.
Garruk's Wake is destroy all other creatures,
Right.
but it's 7 mana. It's just not feasible.
Because I don't know of anyone playing a white, a green, or a black version of this 1 pip of your identity to do 1 thing, or overload it to do all the things. You know what I mean? I don't recall.
What the other cycles of these were?
Yeah. I'm just kind of.
I'm trying to think. There would be a I'll have to look what it's my homework for next week. I feel like I've seen the green one being the colors they usually run.
Mhm.
I will get back with you on that, and we'll talk on that next time. The next card I had is another pull for feather. It's called Dig Site Inventory.
Okay.
1 mana, 1 planes. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. It gains vigilance until end of turn, and it has flashback. So if something happens and you miss your feather trigger for whatever reason, you can still get it back with Dig Site Inventory there. So something to think on.
Dig Site Inventory. I have Dig Site Engineer. I don't have a Dig Site Inventory.
Dig Site Are you putting a space between dig and site?
No, I wasn't. There it is.
That'll do it.
There is a Dig Site Together Engineer and something else.
I believe it.
Okay. Sorcery, 1/1
Then
counter on target creature you control. It gains visual. Brother, that's another one for
Feather, yeah,
Feather, because
for
you
sure.
can cast it out of, like, say it gets countered or whatnot, right? And it goes to your
Yeah,
graveyard. You could flash it back, and because
yeah.
of her ability, it goes to exile versus the graveyard, and you get it back.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I think it's great. And then the other one, it came out that Friday, but we didn't get to talk about it. The spell Flashback that gives a target instant or sorcery spell flashback until end of turn for 1 mana is insane. I cannot believe that that is a real card.
And its cost is its mana value.
Yeah,
Bro. It
that's
is
so
going to
good.
be just, I think, running amok this set.
Going back to the funny person that whenever I just want to know when Wizards is gonna stop jerking off, is it? I'm just curious. Um, which is interesting because the tale as old as time is that Simic is, the love child, the favorite
Mm-hmm.
child of Wizards of the Coast. But it does definitely seem like it's their turn in the sun.
When's Boros gonna get their chance?
When's it gonna be Boros's turn? So the rumor mill is the Boros Precon for this Strixhaven set. It has that super rare. I'm gonna try and remember the name of the land off the top of my head. I'm
The
not gonna be able to do
Octoland?
it. No, well, that it has all of the precons have Octolands in it, but it has the super rare enchantment land in it that's like $30
Oh, really?
in the precon, and I'm blanking on the name. I have a proxy version of it in my enchantress deck. Let me um starts with a letter. Sarah's Sanctum, I think.
Really? They reprinted Sarah's Sanctum? It gets a planes for
Um,
each enchantment you control?
it's something I might be wrong on that. Don't maybe that's not it. That doesn't sound right.
I thought, because I was like, man, I swore that was on the. Are you
Reserve. It's
the
on the game changer list.
the Sky Rune at the beginning of your upkeep? If you control 7 or more planes, you may return target creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield.
Maybe that's what it
Imra,
is.
the Sky Ruin. It is a
I
land
think
that
that's
enters
it.
tapped. And it's 14 schmeckles on the Cards of Kingdoms right now.
Okay. Not as good as what I was thinking, but still very, very good. Yeah. But anyway, they were saying just using the Lorehold one, just the Boros one of its own, like if you were paying $60 for the deck, just the commander, that land, and there was a reprint in here too. And I'm blanking on the card. I know Secret Rendezvous is not cheap. But
Dude, they
anyway,
reprinted
they
3 visits. That's a banger.
hmm But anyway, they were saying like just pulling these 3 cards out, you already made more money than what you spent
Mm-hmm.
on the pre-con. So like they're actually putting good cards in the pre-cons, so I don't know. I think it's cool that they're doing that. The Chiefy way is when I buy pre-cons, I'll play them one time and then I'll tear them apart and rebuild them in my image. And that's just the way I play. That's
The
how I
Wheel
do
of
pre-con.
Fortune card is in
Ooh,
the commander decks.
which one?
Uh,
What's the name of the card?
Noctamoon Lore Spinner.
I found it. All right.
Noctamun Lore Spinner. Naktamun.
What do you think? Card of Kingdom.
Noctamun. It is $7.50 at the beginning of your
You got 8 of
upkeep. If a player has 1 or fewer cards in hand, it becomes prepared. Then you can do your Wheel of Fortune.
I don't think since he doesn't enter prepared. I just don't think he's gonna do it.
in my he's odd. So he'd be
Yeah.
hitting for 6-3 in Obosh. And I mean, Rakdos isn't known to have a lot of cards in hand. So being able to have a Wheel of Fortune on a stick, right?
Yeah, at the beginning of your upkeep, if a player, so it can be you, has one or fewer cards in their hand, this creature becomes prepared.
I think it's gonna be a banger card.
How often are you cardless in your Rakdos deck? Like, how often do you have 0 cards in your hand? I'm just asking. I really
It's because, well, if I had this on the field, I know I can always draw 7, so I would be more apt to play more.
I see.
I guess.
You're
You know what I
hoping
mean?
this is gonna free you up.
Yeah. So I'll be able to like, it may not be the most advantageous time to play this spell, but because I know I can draw 7, right? If I play this spell, say say I have Lightning Bolt, right, and I have 2 cards in hand, a Lightning Bolt and a card I can't play right now, or does it do anything for me? I don't know. I can't really name anything off the top of my hand. I'll play out Lightning Bolt even if Obosh isn't on the field, because that'll take me to 1. I can, beginning my turn, I can tap, draw a new hand. Like,
yeah,
I think this opens up lanes for you to play where you wouldn't have had otherwise. Even in like a Spell Slinger deck, like say your cantrips are on the field, but this is right. You can play all your cheap spells, and boom, refill your hand and play all your cheap spells again.
If he entered prepared, and if I was playing like a cantrippy deck, I'd be like, that's a good card, but I don't know. I mean, hey, I'm willing to see if he works.
He's going in Obosh for sure.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
I can't wait.
He's odd. Why not? I mean, that's 6 damage, even though he only has 3 toughness. Like, 6 is nothing to blink at, folks. That adds up.
Anything, the Emrakuls and the Galtas, like they're scary, but a 4/4 is sometimes the biggest thing on the board. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. 100%.
Don't look away is what I'm saying. Don't blink. You might realize that was the scary thing on the board the whole time.
Well, a guy we played a lot of Magic with on deployment who's done a lot of drafts. He's a pretty big draft veteran. He says more times than not, it's your big stompy creature decks that end up winning draft tournaments. Going back to the basics. My bat's bigger than your bat.
Yeah, that's why I like green, man. I don't have to do a lot of thinking. He's got to boop you.
All right, we're at almost an hour and a half here.
I think we're at a good spot here, Top.
So
I think I'm all tapped out. We didn't get to do a game this week because Top was being assaulted by the weather, so Big Butts will have to wait till the next time we're by ourselves. But next pod, we got drill next weekend, so we won't be able to do it then. But the following week,
Cookie
Monster is going to be in. Well, no, Cookie Monster is going to be in Vegas.
Oh.
For MagicCon, so he will be our man in the field.
Yes.
We'll be getting some updates.
We're going to have to do like a live call in.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
he's got a handful of stickers, so he's gonna be handing them out. He's gonna be wearing one of our shirts that he's had made for the pod, so he's gonna be doing a walking billboard for us. So we appreciate you. Not
all heroes wear capes.
Somehow. Yeah. Our fan base has held steady at 26 for the last 3 months or so, but by golly, y'all are just a bunch of the most supportive 26 people I've ever met. You know what I mean?
I can get on with that.
Yeah.
Anywho's all right, I'll roll the outro music here. We'll see y'all next week. Big Butts is coming in. Cannot lie.
Big Butt.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Bye.
The plains stretch out. cost of arriving too late. Our shields are polished bright to catch the morning glare, a silent promise hanging in the heavy summer air. They think the murky dark